Hey up YouTube, it's Tootie. It's car booting time.
I'm the storyteller, and my stories must be told. I have many stories, tales for both the young and old. I have many voices to describe many places. Many names have I, and many faces.
One and all, and many thanks to all the new subs. Not many, but enough. It's going in the right direction. We're booting again. We're bloody booting. Unbelievable. And it's raining, so it could. I think we're getting to the thin edge of the wedge with the booting season. We may be able to sneak in the odd one or so if we're lucky, but I've been really good with the weather. I don't think it's been cancelled this year. Although there was that bit in the middle where I didn't go for a couple of weeks because of play and stuff like that. So it's probably balanced itself out the amount of times I've gone actually. Because I say ordinarily he's pissing it down and he's been knocked on the head. But we were booted today, and do you know what? Bit of a PS1 day.
Like to be humiliated by women. Here's your dream date. You are not ready.
Most definitely a PS1 day. So I've done alright. I've paid up a little bit for a few bits than sort of underpaid or paid down or whatever you call it. So I think it's all balanced itself out. The general scheme of things, it balanced itself out. But Burt Reynolds, before we get into that, let me show you a charity shop pickup. I was telling Lewis about this morning. So I've seen Lewis and Manda, and little Charlie, Archie. Charlie's my nephew. Little Archie. That's weird because Archie's another lad, another bloke on the car boot. Anyway, that's by the by. Oh, and Scott, Glory Hunter, and his missus. So nice to meet you guys. And remember what I told you. But yeah, that's quite a nice little surprise at a certain stall. I'll call him Game Man John because he used to work at, well, still works at Game. And there's a lot of current stuff. That's some retro. His price is a little bit meh, but I think he sold a lot of his figurines, so he did all right. And yeah, that was it. I don't know what else I was going to say. I thought like meeting loads of people, but it wasn't that case. So yeah, nice to meet Scott. I've never met Scott before. This seems really loud. Every game you have to kind of adjust the volume to suit. So yeah, anyway, that's that. Charity shop. I'll show you. Excuse me. These couple of bits here. One that I go into. I go into loads of them quite regular, and normally you have naff or absolutely fuck all. And I thought I've seen this one right at the front. And usually when there's one of these, you know, a certain type of game, and a lot of people would just collect the same ones. It wasn't just on its own, but for £1 all day long, start Ocean to the end of time. Now the only problem with it is it has got a bit of damage to the outside. I think you'll probably think, well, just get a new case. PS2 case is £2. They would be ordinarily, but it's a bloody 2-discer. I've got this anyway, so that's a bit of a bugger. Yeah, not a mark on it. So yeah, other than the sort of gouged out the front, I might better find another one. I don't know. I can't recall off the top of my head. I can't think of a double display. Devil May Cry. I think that's quite cheap. That's a double discer, isn't it? Anyway, the main sort of thing, that's just inside. So again, another shop that I go into, and the lady there, she's lovely, she really is nice. She said, "Oh Stuart, so I've got something you might be interested in." I said, "Okay." So I went out to the back. So where I got the GameCube games from, which I've now gone to CEX, which I bought something with, which I then couldn't find, so they sent me the money back. Fucking anyway, that's a story for another day. So yeah, same shop. So I'm not sure if you're interested. And she passed me. It's a DS. It's a DS Lite. And she passed me, and it's in this. Just trying to grab it in one of these. I'll show you it. Because this is what threw me a little bit. In one of these like little protector things, which are quite good, you know, especially if you're looking to preserve the condition. I've got them on my 3DS, new 3DS XLs and stuff like that. So it's in one of these. Now on the actual, which I found out afterwards, on the actual DS, there's a design, I suppose, design of the picture. And I thought it was on this. I thought it was like a Chinese one, you know, you can get like Zelda themed ones and Mario themed ones, and it's all etched onto the plastic, so it looks like your white or your black DS has got some sort of scribe on it. And then I opened the DS up, and the bottom screen was all like scratched, like really badly scratched. I was like, oh fucking hell. Because to me it was just a DS, you know, like maybe 14 quid CX. He said, oh, okay, it comes with this as well. And this is pretty cool actually. I'm going to clean this up and probably keep it. Or it is a bit grubby, or see if Chris wants it. But I just thought it's quite nifty. I've never seen one of these before. It's like a little My Zelda game case from the Phantom Hourglass. So it's a little bit grubby. Just a little holder. It's just like, you know, stuff 6. I'm not going to show you inside because it might give away what the actual DS is. But I'll show you the games afterwards. But yeah, it's a little holder. Holds the games, like that kind of thing, you can see. So anyway, there was that, and there's obviously the DS. And I nearly just, I did say to her, I said, oh, I'm not bothered about the DS. I said, all the screens scratched up. She went, I'll just throw it in the bin then. And I was like, I thought, don't do that. I thought, no, don't. I said, don't do that. I said, how much do you want for it? She said, well, make me an offer. And I said, well, I'll change my pockets, 2 quid. She went, that'll do. Because obviously she was going to throw it in the bin. You know what's coming, don't you? I couldn't bloody fucking believe it. I don't bloody believe it. So I get home. I didn't put any onus on it at all. Get home, obviously take this off and realise actually it's on the thing. So then I Google, you know, or check on Flea of the Bay, this DS, and there aren't many of them. So I'm not sure if there's one for sale. I can't remember. But there's not a raft of them. So then I look at sort of complete listings, and some have sold, etc. So I'm thinking, fucking hell, it's not a knockoff. It's not a Chinese. You know, you can like reskin, recase some of the DSs and like the SPs and stuff like that. It's not one of them, which what I was thinking it was. But then the problem I had is when I realised it was legit, the bottom screen's all like scratched. I was thinking to myself, well, could I repair it? I know Busabi James, he was quite good at repairing bottom screens, and they are quite fiddly. I think I've done one in the past. They're not as straightforward. I mean, probably if you dab hand it on, it might not be too bad, but there's a lot of fiddly bars. Anyway, so I'm kind of umming and ahhing. So I switch it on anyway, because it's of a certain region, and I thought, oh, I wonder if there's any way to tell if it is because I was trying to check to see if it is just a reskin, or like recasing. So I thought if I turn it on and have a look, see if there's anything, I don't know if there's like a BIOS or something. There's nothing, it just looks like a normal DS, like you would get, and you can change language on DSs anyway, because obviously the region free. And I'm going through all the menus, and I get to the menu, you know, you can sort of, word am I looking for? I was going to say synchronise, it's not synchronise. You can line up the touchpad, come on, calibrate. You calibrate the touchpad. So if I would try and do it, expecting, because the screen's all scratched, it was really fucking scratched. So I go, dut. So you do each corner and you hit the middle, and the middle's obviously really gouged out. And then press the middle and it goes complete. And I'm thinking, that can't be right. How can it register that? Because the screen, I mean, you can feel it on your nail, everything. I start looking at the screen closer, and down the side I can see like a bubble, and I'm getting the right lights. I'm like, fucking hell. And then look in the corner, and I can see there's a tiny little gap, so I'll get my little jeweler's screw, very gently, flick. It's a fucking, thank God it's a screen protector, peeled it off. Now the only thing with it at the minute, and I said this to Lewis, is the screen protector that they've used, the residue, which is that bubble I see down the side, has got some glue in it. I'm kind of gradually getting it off with IPA. I might need to look at something a bit more, a bit stronger to try and remove it. But essentially, it's a fully working DS and not in bad condition. I'll show you the glue bit down the side, which was there anyway. Obviously, the screen protector just made it look like it's bubbled. So I only fucking got, and this is from a charity shop, right? It's not online or anything like that, and it's the same one that I got the Game Boy Lite from. It's a Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Ring of Fates DS Lite. I fucking shit you not. And I mean, I don't really take much notice of back to DS Lites and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's different. So this is Japanese exclusive. And I say, other than, I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Look, see it just down there. There you go. Look there. So it's like the glue. There you go. Glue residue. You can see where I've slowly started to break it up a little bit. But fuck me, it's not an easy task. But it's just a DS Lite. There's absolutely no difference to it at all. So it's all. So yeah, £2. £2. And obviously within this, and this was, to be honest, what kind of made me think it's fully legit. I showed you this earlier. So it has got the game Ring of Fate, and you can tell because it says Japan in the corner, JPN. And also there's a Pokemon, I don't know which one it is. It's JPN. We've got some UK ones. And then we'll cross in. I don't think I've got Yoshi Touch and Go. Come on, you motherfucker. We have now. And then High School Musical, yeah, and Trauma Centre, so yeah, not a great deal. Oh, and what was in it was Narnia. I say that little casing's quite nice. So yeah, for £2 whole. It's not bad, is it? I'm going to put Ring of Fates in the back of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I may just keep it, to be honest. Because I do like them sort of the quirky games. Quirky systems. So I still got DS Lite. That's, you know, that won't be sold. But yeah, I nearly said don't worry about it because I thought it was damaged. So fucking hell. I think they're about £70. That's quite nice. On to the booter. Whew, where do we start? It was a bit of a PS1 haulage day. I'll probably do them last, to be honest. So the odds and sods, the fodderage of the C to the E to the X. Got these off a lad, wanted £1 each from. I know why he wanted £1. I didn't argue because I knew damn well what I had back here would resolve this. So I've got 4 PS1 games, £1 each. Tekken Dark Resurrection, The Batman of Lego, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and Star Wars Trilogy. So what basically the reason why they're £1 each is because all the cases were shattered. But I bought these from Slow Boat from China. I don't know, I think it's something like £4 for 10 or 12. So you just reshell them. So you get to take them in. So yeah, not bad there. I think it's probably double more money and then some. A lot of them are £2 each, £1.50, £2 each, I think. So yeah, for very little, you know, outlay. These two completely bollocksed up here. This is about all they're worth. Again, price of these have dropped. Paid £1 each. I think I'm 20p down in terms of trading, so it's not a big deal. Finish them Ferb and finish them Ferb Second Dimension. I mean, they sell for, like, you know, if you want to sell them like £3.50 and something like that, but yeah, I'm not interested in doing that. They'll just be more CX fodder of the ridge. You've got basically a loose disc Wii Sports. We got so that was 50p along with Lego Batman and Ben 10 and Simpsons. So £4 on them. Off my mate Ryan, who had gone to this store before me and bought these two, and he sort of said he'd just give me what he paid for them, which is 50p, which is absolutely brilliant. Thanks, mate. Toy Story 3 and Oop. So, just to show you, I think it's quite interesting to sort of note this, because I don't know why a lot of people, more people don't do this. In terms of CEX trade in, so I spent 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so £9. Okay, bar giving maybe another £1 for the shells for the PSP. For me, £9, which is this. That gives you 35 quid trade in CEX. Tripling your money. Just an example. I don't know. I know I've had this discussion or ranted at Kevin fucking Wolford 123 and stuff. I said, look, mate, if you're collecting NES and you're going to the booter, I don't know why you're passing up on all this stuff. You can just fire it in and get something back out of CEX if you want.
Thank you.
Obviously, CEX now, for them that may or may not know, changing the postage. I think wouldn't come to surprise for many people. You know, that model was not sustainable. So essentially now, if it is per item, it's not per order. So if the item is £50 or more, you don't pay for postage. Obviously, if it's less, I think it's £1.50 nominal fee. So if you have 10 items, and it's unlimited items as well. So before they capped it at 10. So again, if you have 2 games, one's 50 quid and one's £2, you'd be paying, even though there's a game that's over 50 quid, it's only that gets the free postage. The £2 game, you're still paying £1.50 postage on. I did query the fact in terms of returns. I said, so each one that you return, if you pay postage, you get it back. I said yes. So can work out, I suppose. You're just got to be a bit more savvy in what you're ordering. I know a few people didn't mention it. Lewis mentioned in his video, and it's probably to combat people sort of ordering 10p items. And the problem is, because it's not centralised, it's each 10 items is an individual postage itself. So yeah, they're probably hemorrhaging. Would they be hemorrhaging money? The fact that they pay peanuts to take stuff in, I don't know. It's just one of them. Just be mindful of it. So that was a sort of fodderage, if you like. Now some other odds and sods. This was a funny little one. This was. Did cheer me up for the day. Youngish couple, didn't really look like they had much, didn't even have a table, just a bit of tarpaulin on the floor. And what did I notice? There was something I noticed in his bag. It might have been, no, it wasn't a controller. It was something game related. Oh, it was a guide. It was a game guide. I said, oh, you haven't got any games, and the box was just like the bag was just a mishmash of odds and sods. And he sort of said, oh yeah, I think we've got some games in here. And he pulled out Theme Park on the Mega Drive. Mega Drive game. So I had hold of that. And his missus come over and sort of said, oh, I'm looking for games. And then literally, as she started looking in the bag, he went, oh shit. I was like, what? Well, I've just sold that. I've sold that on eBay. That shouldn't have been in there. The weirdest thing ever. And I was like, okay. Obviously, I had to give it him back. Really, really, really strange. But his missus started digging in the bag. I think she found Call of Duty, because I think it was a Call of Duty guide. It was like Call of Duty on PS3. I was like, no. And then I seen these in the corner of the bag, and she'd like pushed them away. I said, oh no, I'd be interested in them. She went, oh, what, the old Game Boy games? I said, yeah. So how much are they? And she said some daft like £5. And I was like, was it £5 or no? I can't remember what it was. It was some daft price anyway. I ended up getting them for £3, which there's four carts here. It's all right. So the obligatory kind of alleyway, although normally the obligatory one would be Tetris, but I seem to see alleyway more often than not. I've sold a few of these at the Doncaster market. They do go down quite well. A Super Colour 32-in-1 with Turok in the corner. And then 2 that I'm going to keep. Seen Tom Pizarro Pieces pick these up, and I actually thought they were a bit more sort of scarce than they are. I think that might be a legit one. It might not be a legit one. Oh, you can't tell on these, can you? I think it's legit. So we've got Game & Watch Gallery 2, but it is a US one. I think it's legit. And Gallery 3, which is UK PAL. European or whatever, same difference. So yeah, so 2 Game Boy games for the collection and some bit of fodder. I mean, I'll probably get back what I paid for all of them out of that hooky cart, you know. Quite nice. Right. Off a stall, obviously off a stall. They had a load of the actual toys of these, and I was all enamoured about buying them because I watch Retro Prime, Paul, and it is a big Transformer nut. I don't know enough about the stuff, and they were like £3.50, £4.50 for a figure, and it might have been worth it. And I think the store generally was quite highly priced. And then they had a bunch of these, like peanuts, and I was having a chat with them, like laughing the giggle, and I sort of said, "Oh, these are more my price range." And I think he let me have one of them for free. Actually, there's one that I missed off, and he said, "I'll just have it." I can't remember what it was. There was one of them. I think it might have been that one. But a load of VHS tapes, and I love my VHS tapes. You know that. So I've got a load of Transformers ones. The version of the Dinobots. This is quite nice to see. I mean, this one's missing the back of it. This is a shame, but. It's got all the others. I think they're quite nice. Megatron's Master Plan. The Rebirths Part 1, 2 and 3. Look at the artwork on that though. That's bloody awesome. And I think this is the random one that I found afterwards, so I'll just have it. It looks like a re-release. And it is. No, actually, it's the wrong thing, I think. Well, I think it's the wrong one. It's meant to be Transformers: A Nightmare Planet. But I've just looked, it says Transformers the movie. God damn it! Is it switched over? I don't know. Anyway, 60p. I'll buy some shit. Really do buy some shit. So, the rest of it is all PS1. Yes, it is. I've got PS1 coming out me fucking arsehole. Three bundles of joy. Hopefully. Some stuff to keep, some stuff to recoup. Except you know the drill. But I'll do it this way. Off me mate Archie, not Lewis's and Amanda's little boy, or Amanda and Lewis's little boy. My mate Archie, he's always a bit of a geezer. He bought a PlayStation bundle, funnily enough. It wasn't a bundle, it was like a bag, and he had a load of loose discs rattling around. And he had this game, so he put it back on his stall, wandered over, and he had a bunch of loose discs, and I've gone through the discs. Oh, that was it, yeah. And there's a guy, and Lewis, I didn't manage to see Lewis afterwards, so I should inform Lewis now. I would envisage that I am speaking to Lewis. So, Lewis, I was at Archie's stall looking through his PlayStation games. So, like I say, he had it wasn't actually a proper PlayStation bag, it was just full of like manuals. It looked like the cases, they had been decased essentially. The majority of them. Some were just loose discs on their own. So I'm looking through all these discs. So I grabbed the one game that I wanted, which was box complete. And I'm looking for all the loose discs just to sort of see if there's anything of note. And I find there was another CD, and on the front it says Crash Team Racing. Opened up, there's nothing in it. So I put that to a side, look through the rest of the discs, you know, a lot of them are copies, some originals, So I'm looking through these discs, and this hand comes over my shoulder, literally over my fucking shoulder, picks up Crash Racing, and I'm kind of like, what? I said, it's empty, like as if to sort of say, fuck off, it's empty. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it would be, otherwise you would have had it. Okay, don't know who the fuck you are, mate. So look through the disc again, and there's the one that I see, I'm trying to look at it because it's not clear what it is. And his fucking head is here, like there. He goes, oh, I think that's such a game. I was like, yeah, it might be, I don't know. I'm finished looking through them, I thought, fucking twat. So I stand up anyway, because I'm on my haunches there. I say to Archie, how much do you want for these pegs? He goes, oh, just give it a quid still. I said, oh, yeah, it's 150. Yeah, I know we only paid £2 for the lot. And then I turn round, and it's this twat that Lewis had mentioned to me earlier. A guy with grey hair with a little kid. So when I bought something I'm going to show you in a minute from a particular stall, there was some PSP titles that Lewis was interested in. And what he did, which I'm assuming loads of us do when we go to the car boot, if someone's got like a pile of games or stuff, you make a little pile, don't you? You put it in front of you. Yeah, I'll have these, put them in front of you. So I'm pretty sure it's the story that Lewis told me. He'd done that. There's a couple of PSP games, put them in front of him. He was looking at something else, and he's seen his hand come and grab one of the PSP games. At which point Lewis went, oh, I bought that, and took it off this hand, which his hand ended up being this guy's little fucking kid. And this bloke, and this is what Lewis told me, all he heard from behind him was, huh, bloody people, even stealing games out of kids' hands now. And it's fucking not on, because that's bullshit. And I'm pretty sure he's the same guy, because when he described it to me, I was like, I don't know, I didn't see him, mate. Because obviously I bought this, what I'm showing you here from Archie, last. But as he described him, it's that fucking guy. So he's just a fucking dickhead. Obviously knows a little bit about games. And get another one just running his mouth off. Fucking, oh man. Anyway, after all that, for me £1.50 I got ET. I think I've probably done that in my bag. A little bit of a shatter there. I think I've got this. It's in great condition, really is. Box complete, as I say, and the loose disc that I grabbed, which when you crack, when you see it now, you probably go, yeah, that's clearly what it is, Stu. But where I was, and I had this guy breathing down there, it's hard to work out what it is. It's this disc here, which is basically Discworld, and I had this twat over my shoulder saying to me, "Oh, what game was that?" And I was like, because these are like a big pile of loose discs, so I'm shuffling through. I had that in my hand, and I put that behind, and I had the rest of the discs on top, shuffling through them. And I was like, well, I don't know why. I didn't say why. I said, oh, I don't know. Oh, I think that's Discworld. Oh, I think it's Discworld Noir. I said, ain't no fucking difference, mate. You ain't having it anyway, cunt. And I don't know if he's doing it to try and sort of say to Arch, you know, oh, look, it's worth money or whatever. Just being a fucking absolute dick. And I don't know what it is. It's just starting to do my fucking head in. Someone's going to get a smack. They really are, because it's just getting stupid. I would never do that to someone. He wasn't saying it aggressively. It was like a passive aggressiveness. So he's being quite clever about it, you know. Ooh, sort of half-heartedly joking and that. And when I realised who it was, that's why I say I thought it's got to be the guy that Lewis was on about earlier. So yeah. Anyway, let's bring it down. So that was £1.50. Not bad. Right. So going back again, these are in no order. I think a Polish family. Actually, really, really nice. The bloke was sound. He didn't speak great English. The woman spoke better English, and the boy spoke great English actually. And I asked her, have you got any video games? She said yes. She said PlayStation and Wii. I was like, oh, I'll have a look at that. And I mean, the PlayStation product she had was really quite alright. It's like the Wii Sports Resort one. I wasn't really interested in buying it. I've got enough Wii's to be getting on with. Ryan was there with me at this point. He sort of said, "Oh, it's just the games you're after in it stuff." I said, "Yeah, just the games." So she had a separate box. So I went through some of the games, picked out 2. And then within another bag, obviously these PSP titles appeared. And I sort of said to her, "So what were these ones you want about when you talked about PlayStation?" She said, "No. We've got PlayStation 1. I was like, "Oh, great." So I think that she spoke to Polish, sent the husband back into the car, and he pulls out this carrier bag that just you can hear rustling. And obviously, sure as eggs is eggs, there's a PlayStation 1 in there. So I bundled it together and sort of say how much for everything. She said 10 quid. I was like, done. Didn't even haggle. Thought that's bang on the price. I'm happy with that. So a couple of Wii titles. Actually, no, these, when I mentioned £35 for the fodder, it includes these 2. So yeah, it's still all the same pot. Wii Sports Resort, Pac-Man Party. I'm sure I've got Pac-Man Party. I'll double check. If I haven't, I do have now. They're not in any order anyway. So yeah, that includes into that. So it's still 35 quid for the fodder. And then we've got that's a PlayStation. Another PS1 one. It's not been hacked, unfortunately. Comes with all the hookups. You've seen all the fucking hookups. I'm not going to show you all them. It's got the right plug, and it's got a lovely, although one of the thumbsticks needs replacing, which is not a big deal. I've got plenty of them to go around. A nice emerald green. A nice emerald green controller. So you see that someone's just chewed the corner thumbstick. But I'd say they're pretty generic. I can swap that over. I do like the different coloured DualShock controllers. So yeah, and all the hookups. Another video game accessory. Looks like a game special jobby. Nothing really. Another PS1, and then some games, just loose games in a quite a nice PlayStation wallet. So I mean, that's a couple of quid on its own. Nothing really of note other than, and this is what I said I'll take a lot, a nice OG Spyro in great condition. So they're all loose discs, all original. This one I don't remember seeing at all. It's by Gremlin, which looks quite interesting. Buggy. Probably some fucking knout. What was the other one seen? Oh, this one here. I've got a feeling actually it's not. I think this is the music. Anyone? Any Polish? Any the Polska? Polska? Pete Love. I think it's some music. It's got to be some dinosaur egg. I don't know. I thought it was a game at first. I'm just looking at it closely now. It's a DVD. Kaidi Curry Murdy Key. Kaidi Curdy Murdy Key. That's it. I fucking sound more Irish than I do Polish. Yeah, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, snowboarding, Rayman, Gran Turismo, Tekken 3, Mickey's Wild Adventure, Croc, Cool Borders, True Pinball, Football Manager. I think that's and then the Spyros. So yeah, tenner all in. You know, you get tenner's worth of trading just on them 2 games, them 2 Wii games. So yeah, really good. And that, obviously, when I left, Lewis looked at the PlayStation games and was probably looking at the Wii stuff. And some people are just twats. They really are. I don't know what it is. No need for it. Right. Do this one. This was after the first thing I picked up, which is really good. And I got these. So, was it a blind buy? It was more of a very shit. I just need to buy these in case some of the fucker comes along and starts gobbing off again. You know, it's just one of them. So, woman and young lad like really little, sort of 9 or something like that. Have you got any games? And he said, no, I don't think we have. And she said, oh, I thought you brought some of yours. And he went, well, I'm not sure then. Let me have a look. And it ended up being Xbox games. So, oh no. So I was after some older, like old PlayStation. No, I was after some older. And then the woman said, what, like PlayStation? I said, yeah. And the lad went, no, we haven't got any of them. We haven't got, Dad didn't let us take them. She said, no, not PlayStation 4. She said, I'm sure there's some in there that's just got PlayStation written on them. And I'm like, okay. I said, like, just literally just play. She said, yeah. She said, he got them out of the loft and said, oh, I don't think anyone would be interested in these. But she bought them anyway. And I was like, I'd be interested. Now, all the times people said this to me, I always thought, oh, jackpot, this, that, and the other, as I've always mentioned on here. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll have a look, thinking it's going to be something and nothing. So she goes into the boot, and to be fair, there was a little pile, and there was a couple of games, and they are, well, you know, they are PlayStation, because I said it, that's all PlayStation. And then she moves some out in this box, and there's more. And even the little lad goes, oh, there's more there, because obviously he weren't interested. I'm sure she said they were the hubbies or boyfriends or whoever it was. And then it'd be quite a bit of a pile. There's some alright ones here. They're not as, it's not as great as I thought. I sort of said to Lewis, oh, I didn't really look at them. I just sort of said, how much you want for the lot? She said, oh, I don't know, make me an offer. And I said, a 5. She went, done. So to her, because obviously she'd been told they weren't worth anything, no one want them. She's got a 5, which is, you know, near enough paying for the stand, which is always a good tip. If ever you do anything like that, if you know what it costs to have a table, think where the one I go to, I think it's £7. So if ever I buy something for a tenner or 5 or, you know, in and around that, I always sort of say to people, well, look, you're nearly in profit, aren't you? Or you are in profit, depending if it's £10. And that kind of like triggers something in their mind, you know. So with this lady, because it's a 5, she's like, yeah, go on. And I said, well, you only got to make £2 more, and you're in profit, aren't you? She said, oh, exactly. I said, and you know, you were told these weren't worth anything. So I'll try and, I mean, I don't know. There's some of them, I don't know all of them. Some aren't that great. Some are alright, some are complete, some are incomplete. You know the crack. I'm just trying to put them in a sort of, any sort of set. That's quite a unique one. Right, so start off with what would probably be pure shit fodder any day of the week. Now this, I've never seen, I don't own this, and I'm going to keep this purely for this reason. And it is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Thank you.
So those that are eagle-eyed might go, that's not a PlayStation case, dude. And it is, but it's not. And it's not to be sold separately one, look. It comes with the PS1. But it is a PlayStation. And it is a slim. And it is PAL. And it's all there. Exactly the same game. It's just obviously in this nice, a normal CD case. On the back. There you go, not to be sold separately. I thought that's quite, I've never seen that. Some people say it's here all the time, Stu. What are you on about? Toots, fucking shut up to that. I don't. So I will be keeping that. A little curio. So all these are £5. They look like they've had someone's been fagging on them a little bit. Which some of the cases are fucked anyway. You know, anyway. Just crack. This one's missing the manual. Rayman Rush. Discs there. So it's been fagged on a little bit. Tekken 3. This is complete. Iron Man Lancing Air. That's complete. So the ones I haven't got, I'll just recase them. Value Series Sports Car GT. That is not complete. Lord of the Jungle. Oh shit. Some Midas game. The FA Premier League Stars. which is a fucking prime candidate for a case donor. Worms Armageddon, which is complete. I think they're pretty faded as well, a little bit. Or I'm hoping that's just the yellow of the case, and they're not that faded. I doubt it. 007, The World Is Not Enough. Wu-Tang, Taste the Pain, Missing the Manual. I'm sure I've got that actually. Die Hard, another case donor. Die Hard trilogy, and Warzone. Now Warzone, bizarrely, has obviously Warzone in it, but 2 copies of Warzone and WWF Attitude. Get it! So yeah, weird. It's not it. That's not it. There's more. That's. I'll just show you. South Park Rally is complete. There's a few of these I'm not too sure if I've got or not. I've definitely got this. Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. Complete. Spider-Man. Complete. Although a bit faded. Soul Blade. Been recased because it's supposed to come in like them. The plastic edge smaller cases, which I don't think I've got any of to show you. It's missing the front insert though. So look at the disc. This is alright. So I'll probably reuse that case actually. A couple of the other... I'm going to do these ones because that one that I haven't got. It might be something nothing, but I haven't seen it. I saw this one, I thought, although it's not as valuable as it used to be, it's still a great grab. He says while crushing everything. CX has kicked the arse out of this series. Crash Bandicoot Warped. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. That's complete. Lewis picked up one of these and it had like a mishmash of the 2 games, and I sort of said to him jokingly, "Oh, I might have to do a trade of whatever," because I didn't know what was in either of these 2. Turns out they're missing the manuals. They are complete, although I need to swap the whole cases over because one of the cases, they were both two discers, but one of them's really only 1 disc. But the one that's 1 disc has the 2 discer spindle holders. You'll see what I mean when I show you. And it is the Metal Gear games, so Metal Gear Solid and Special Missions. So Special Missions has basically the 2 spindles, whereas Metal Gear doesn't. It's just got they're all blank. So I don't know. I'll just swap them over. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they're all blank. So that's them. And then the last one, which, other than maybe the odd sort of low-end title from that I haven't got that I'll be keeping, is this one, and I've never seen it. I'm pretty sure I haven't got it. It looks like Charlie's Blast Territory on the N64. Does it look like Kaboom? I can't remember what Kaboom looks like. And I'll tell you what, the character looks like. Oh shit, Circus something. Right, back. Memory card. So, inexplicable jump cut. I was talking about this game, the Bombing Islands. I can't remember where I got to, so it'll be cut to shreds, no doubt. Reminds me of Charlie's Blast Territories on the N64. The character, is it Kid Clown, I think, on the Amiga? I think that's where I got to. I was trying to think of the game's name. I think it's the Amiga. Definitely on... no, it's definitely on the Amiga. I think it's Kid Clown. But the Bombing Islands, say, not one I've ever... Chemco as well. I think Chemco did Charlie's Blast Territories. So they've probably reskinned Charlie as a little clown. Ah, there you go, look. Just say Kid Clown. It is. It's the same guy. It is the same one off the Amiga. I thought it was. I thought it was. So, there's a few in there that I would keep. That's definitely one of them. So for £5 English, that's not a bad... That was the second one after I picked up, and I'll show you this one here, which I paid up a bit for. if you think, if you work it, as in that I paid £30 for those games you've seen here, and then this bundle, it's probably not that bad. Balance itself out. So I don't think I'd bought anything at this point. This is the first thing I bought. I hadn't picked up anything. You know, I was not that I was panicking or like, you know, because people that go booty will tell you, you get a bit twitchy. You can get a bit twitchy. I'm very much the ilk now where I'm like, you know what, I'll just keep my money in my pocket. I ain't overly fussed, because there's not a great deal that I need, I want. I don't need any of it. So yeah, I was just like, yeah, well, it is what it is. I did sort of say to myself, you know what, I'm not going to bother asking anybody if they've got any games. I'm fed up with doing that. That lasted all of about fucking 5 minutes. To be honest, especially when I realised not a lot of the lizards were there. There was one or two, but not a great deal. So it made it a bit easier. So it was 2 women. I'm sure it must have been mum and daughter. Daughter was like about 30 or so, and what happened with this one, it was quite interesting because they'd had some like board games out, which I kind of remember from as a kid. Maybe she might be about 35. Definitely around that era. No, like 80s. And because Ryan was with me, and so I was mentioning one of these board, I think it's Incy Wincy Spider or something. I remember being on TV and stuff like that. And as we looked down and I sort of seen it, I looked a little bit up from where the board game was, and I seen this box. And I'll have to show you. I'm going to gaze over anyway. And I think it was on top. It may have been this one. On top. In this box. So, even, you know, I'm not blind as a bat. I ain't got the fucking eyes of an eagle. But even I knew that was obviously a copy. But I knew it meant there was something in there and or obviously a chipped PlayStation. This is where it gets a little bit... And I must have, it's either me being stupid, which is highly probable, or her maybe misinterpreting or misunderstanding what I was saying. It's a bit of both. So anyway, there was a box and it was full of PlayStation games. I'm not going to go through these because these are all copies. I'll just literally show you the pile. So these are all in a box. But not if you've watched Lewis's Wish Wash's video, when he bought, I don't think he showed the pile of games. Not too dissimilar. I mean, these are all right if someone wanted them, you know, like they're all printed off. It's not like they're just blank. Well, they are just blank discs, but at least they've got some sort of semblance of what they are on the front. Absolutely worthless, to be honest. But all right if you wanted to play a game and you hadn't got the means to burn media. But in with them, there was some original games. So, I'm speaking to this lady. I had I think I mentioned before, the skulk guy who's skulking around saying, oh yeah, you buy and sell video games, I'm looking to get into it. So he was hovering over my shoulder. So I'm kind of a little bit conscious, sort of, I don't want to sort of burn the deal down straight away.
Thank you.
Not that I think he would have bought them at the price anyway. So basically, I sort of said to her about this box of games. I looked through them, and there were some OG ones in there. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna go on this. How much are the games? And she said, "Oh, I want 15 quid for all the games." So, oh shit. Would you do 10? I said, would you do 10 on the game? Would you do 10? She said, oh, I don't know. She's ummed and ahed, and I said, oh, and she said, oh, I've got the console as well. Excellent. I said, yeah, I mean, I'll take that as well. So what do you want for the lot? She then said, oh, I think she said 20 quid, right? So then I went back and said, oh, how about we split the difference, we call it 15? And she said, fine. So I'll give her £15. So she gives me the box, and I'm stood there waiting, and she's like, looks at me, like, said, oh, what, did you want the console as well? I said, well, yeah, I thought that's what we said. She said, well, no. And I'm like, what? So she thinks I was paying the original £15 for the games. I said, well, how much is the how much with the system? They said, well, I want 25 for it all. So £10 for the box PlayStation. I'm like, fucking hell. And it was boxed basically as well, because I could see it when I got it from the car. And you know what? With the games that are here, I just went, okay, fine, yeah. It's not what I wanted to pay. Actually, I might even have said 20, but she was not having a jar of it at all. So it's like, ugh. I'll show you the console because it's not. Obviously, it must be chipped because this just shows you the pile of games. It's not in bad nick. It is a different one to the one that I got last the other week. So it's a PlayStation DualShock one. Yeah, it's a little bit. There's one little tear sort of there. There's a little bit of a dink and but you know what I mean. To be honest, it's definitely been in a garage because everything is dusty. It's just dusty, just a bit dusty. The console itself is dusty, just needs a clean. Obviously, it's not an audiophile one. But I'll tell you what, for a DualShock box, that's not bad nick. Honestly. All the edges, it's no Retro Dave perfection, but I'll tell you what, the bottom's all intact. It's even got the polys inside. It's even got the little baggie that all the stuff. I'm not going to get it all out. You've seen the fucking PlayStation more than you want to know. Come with a funky. I need to take that sticker off. A funky orange PlayStation memory card and an electronic. You can see the dirt. Look, see the dirt on the memory card. That's how dirty the PlayStation is. It's just dirt, just dust. Electronics Boutique, and quite nice as well, as I mentioned earlier. In the program and the show, in the Tutti adventure, we've just got a standard analog, clear, I don't know what you call it, clear smoke grey, or I don't know what it is. It's not purple, probably looks purple on the camera, but you don't see many of the variants for the standard analog, so. And it's got obviously the controller in there and all the fucking hookups and all that shit. And then we've got the games, which is the most important thing. Demo 1, so that's going to go in the box, of course. Talking of demos, you know these there's some money in these. It's about £4, I reckon. I've had a pile of them. I was selling these £4 for ages, and I should really put back up again, especially with these ones here. So they're just PlayStation demo magazines from the PlayStation magazine. I'm guessing people, you know, they had a hankering. They remembered them from back in the day, stuff like that, and they want them back. Same with me with Super Play. Not going to go. I think I've sold that one because I remember Spyro 2 being a number 52. Just dusty, everything's just dusty. Even though they're in cases, they still get the dust on them. That one, Final Fantasy. Are these all complete? I don't know. But I'll be able to tell from the weight. Quite a nice one. These aren't. There's nothing. There's no smoke damage to these. They're not faded. They're just a bit dusty. Vigilante 8. That's box complete. I mean, that's got a chunk at the bottom. We've got Tekken 2. So that's the case I was on the back with Soul Calibur, Soul Blade even. That's the case that would come in. It's actually shorter. This wouldn't fit in a standard PlayStation case. That's complete. Have a swig. Oh, that's it. Because when I sort of said about the games and stuff, and she said, "Oh, don't you want the dance mat?" I'm like, I ain't really built for dancing. Dance stage, but that's donor case all over. So whichever one, that's what's happening to it. Featuring Kylie and S Club 7 and more. God damn it! Focus, you fucker. Quite a nice one. The OG. It's not OG at all. Why's it got that in there for? Okay. Outside's OG, inside's all platinum. Destruction Derby. So yeah, Platinum Manual and Platinum Disc. I've got a load of PlayStation bits. I've got a box of bits that I just keep, inserts, backs, etc. So some of the sort of more tastier ones, and one, I think one of them I haven't got, and one of them I'm not sure. I need to double check. But quite a nice one to have is the big box Ridge Racer. It's got everything in it. A very nice manual actually. Teeth are missing off the front. That's not a problem. There we go. So you can see when I was looking through these, just in terms of some of the games. I think probably on their own, would the games be worth 15 quid? I don't know. With the box PlayStation at 25, it was probably a better deal. As weird as it sounds, because usually with systems, it's all in the games, isn't it? You know, that's where your meat and potatoes are. That's where the real value is. But I think with the PlayStations, because you don't see many box ones, and it's not in bad nick. It's probably one of the best, if not the best box I've got anyway. Just a bit dusty. Some of the games, some of the other games. This one I'm definitely got this one. I know I have. I have to check condition, etc. Pandemonium. So an original, well, relatively original, 526. No black ball across the bottom. That's complete. They're quite nice. You don't see. It's like I was sort of saying to Ryan. I found Ryan. I was speaking to a guy about I was going to buy an N64 that he didn't have, going back multiple times, and then he had it. Then it was 30 quid. I was like, I'm not paying 30 quid for an N64 at the car boot. Ain't gonna happen. Apparently he sold it. I think Lewis either offered or heard someone offer 25, and the guy said no. He'd sold it anyway, so he must have sold it for whatever he sold it for. But that guy had some vintage Star Wars, which is Ryan's. He loves his vintage Star Wars, and I was sort of seeing this ship. I'm not going to say it's Slave One, because I kept calling it Slave One, and Ryan kept saying it's not Slave One, Stu. It's not Slave One. Don't be a twat. It is the. Fucking, what the fuck if I can remember? Some transporter, Rebel transporter. I don't know. Looks like a big fucking. Not aubergine. Gherkin. Ryan, how much is that? So he bought it anyway, and he knows a guy at the booter, and I think he paid 6 quid for it. And he was like, "Oh man, this is the worst ship you can buy." This, that, and the other. And he goes, he's got obviously a guy there that he knows that's into Star Wars. So well, we sat to him for them. I'll take 15 quid. I was like, "Oh, I might just ask to see if he wants it for a tenner." Anyway, transpired he got £15 for it. I want to sort of see Ryan afterwards, because we don't walk around together, walk around holding hands or anything daft like that. I said, "Oh, what happened to the ship?" He goes, "Oh, so, yeah, I moved it on." I said, "What'd you get? 15 quid?" I said, "I told you 15 quid." He's like, "Yeah, I know, but it's just one of those things." I said, "Look, what you've got to remember," and I think this is what I'm trying to get, the point I'm making here eventually with the PlayStation games is, yes, 5 years ago or whatever you're referencing back, they probably weren't worth a lot of money because there was a lot of them. I said, you're saying that ship is like the worst one to get, but how many did you see? How many of them do you see? You don't see a lot of them. You don't see a lot of PlayStation 1 games at the car boot. I've done really well today. I don't normally see this many at all. And I think that's the point. It's less about the quality of X item. It's more about the scarcity of it. I wouldn't want to say rarity, because there's rare and there's scarce. And things are becoming more scarce because people like me are buying them up, or they're just not there, or that pool of items has disappeared. So like I say, in my head I'm thinking about this bundle. You don't see many, PlayStation 1 games at now, which is a shame. Anyway, moving swiftly on. After that kind of like diversion. Now this is the one that I think I've got. I can't see M's up there. No, I can't see M's. I think I've got it, and I haven't got it on the Saturn, and it's expensive on the Saturn. But anyway, on the PlayStation Van, we have Maximum Force. And it is in really nice condition, actually. Well, not really nice, but it's in nice enough condition. A few teeth missing from the inside of the tray, but I've got loads. I've got loads of, like I say, I've got loads of bits of PlayStation cases and stuff. So it's stuff like that always had a little bit of, not value, but you know, make them more relevant. And it's a very bad light gun game. I'm sure I've got this, you know, on the platform. I'm sure I've got that. This one I haven't got. I've never even heard of this. And I saw this and thought, you know, because I haven't seen it, and usually when I don't see, I've said to you guys all the time, whenever there's games that I've never seen before, I'll tend to buy them anyway. I'll just take a flyer. Turns out it's probably not all that. It's probably about a £9 game, but yeah, it's missing the manual. It was missing the disc. The disc was in one of the copied games, so I had to go for, because I wasn't even going to bother with the copy. I was going to the bin. So I'll just go through them all, just double check, and it was in one of the copied games. So sadly, it's the only one that's missing the fucking manual and all. Let's say it's a game not heard of. It's called Crime Killer. So it's meant to be, as the sticker suggests, move over GTA. PlayStation Magazine includes free music CD, 4-track Minuteman episodes inside, and it does have that actually. So I'm missing the manual, but I have got it. It does have, and the case is fucked. But it's only a case, so I've got both discs, less the Man of the Wow. It's a game I haven't got, so I've got it now. And then probably the pick of the bunch, just in terms of, well, I would say in terms of value, but I'd say CX has kicked the arse out of it, to be honest. But it is none other than the mighty Crash of the Bandicoot. He says, while pissing about with inserts. So it's got that sticker there about the demo disc. It doesn't include that. I may have one in the stash somewhere, I don't know, I'll have to check. But it has got the manual. It's also got quite a little funky Mean Machines PlayStation sort of guide, which is a bit torn up, but quite a nice little addition. But everything's there. So as I say, when I was looking through the games, you know, a pile of OG ones. I mean, fuck the copies off. The copies ain't worth diddly squat. Plus the nice box PlayStation with the controller, 25 quid. Yeah, paid for a little bit. Went to, so after I'd done that like 2 rows later, then scored the other bundle for a £5, so 30 quid in. If you look at that PlayStation stuff all in together for 30 quid, it's not bad. If you chuck in the PS1 as another tenner, that's 40 quid. 40 quid worth of PS1 stuff. Probably not bad. Not a bad haul. So yeah, that's it, guys. We're back booting. That's the main thing. There's a few bits to keep, which is even more important for me. You know, I always love to find them games that I haven't got in the collection that I can add on the shelf, and they can sit there and they can collect my own skin and dead hair rather than someone else's. That's what's most important in life. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.